Canonized, You got what I need. Sipping on fire. All that kind of motion. Just my kind of heat.
Back from the dead. Tom's here too. It's Fast Facts Live. I'm your host, your quizmaster of ceremonies. How's it going, Tom?
I don't know because. Oh,
now it's just me. He's back.
I don't even know what.
Off to an auspicious start.
Why? I didn't. When it went from the 2 box to just Dan, I did not do that.
Oh, the ghost is out.
The ghost
of Lenten past.
whatever the heck. Oh, this building's definitely haunted. There's no question.
Oh my
about
gosh. Yeah, that building is haunted. Are you kidding me?
that. Oh my god.
It was built in like 1910 and it was luxury apartments that they just added walls into to make more apartments. There's there's a skeleton in the walls.
There's
it's
barely
coming
wall
for
on
ya.
the walls.
Hey, that plaster is hard to hammer through.
It's incredibly hard to hammer through. Like, I wish it was 100-year-old plaster.
We hung up our TV just into the plaster.
Yeah.
There were no studs.
The TV hanging behind me is hanging on 7 picture nails just into the plaster.
Yeah.
It's been hanging like that for 2 years.
I'm gonna be surprised if you can get those nails out.
I might just
assume
leave
the
it.
plaster is like a symbiote
Might just
that
leave
just
it.
sucks it up. Anyway, welcome back to Fast Facts, everyone. Sorry for the past 2, 3 something weeks. We had illness, and I had to be on an airplane. But we're back! And we will be back. Can I make the promise that we'll be back next week? No. Am I going to do it anyway? Yes. I promise you we'll be back next week. Hopefully we will. Yeah, let's go over the rules.
Hello, I'm Charty. Welcome to Fast Facts Live. Here's how to play. There will be 5 rounds of 5 questions each. You will have 20 seconds to answer each question. You must submit an answer for every question. If you don't know an answer, take a guess. After each round, Charty Bot will ask you if you want to double or nothing. You can only use it on 1 round per game. If you got all of the questions correct, you will earn twice as many points. If you got at least 1 question wrong, you will earn 0 points for the entire round. You will wager between 0 and 10 points for the Hail Mary question at the end of the game. If you answer correctly, you will earn the amount you wagered, and if you answer incorrectly, you will lose that amount. A tiebreaker question will be asked to everyone at the end of the game. Answers to this question will only determine the winner if teams are tied for first place. Don't cheat, think fast, and have fun. Good luck, let's begin.
Those are the rules. Pretty simple. If you've played before, you know. If you haven't played before, you know. We mailed this to you months ago.
Mailed?
Yeah, in the mail.
What's the mail?
So, you know those random ads that you get in that box in your building?
Yeah.
That's mail.
Oh! I thought that was trash.
You know what they should do
What?
to do a fun play on words? The mail that you receive is mail, but the mail that you send out, as in like you have to pay for it with a stamp or something, is female.
I feel like that's sexist.
It feels like it, right?
The negative part of male is the female.
Okay, the negative, sending out letters is fun. Getting a whole bunch of junk mail, you're calling that the positive part? How chauvinist of you. So anyway, don't worry, there'll be more male jokes coming up. We got a bunch of teams signed up, so I'll go over them
That
right
was
now.
not the case a couple minutes ago.
No, we were having some issues, but they've been fixed now. So
Well,
anyway,
I don't know if we were having issues.
I was having issues. Let's be as unspecific as possible. We got In Like a Lamb, Out Like a Dramagoon, Kirby Fully Loaded, Saturn's moon Scathy, stands for Sexy Kathy, as in the comic character. Overage Jack's Emporium, Solo Now Ocho, What a Weekend! Jomo's Mojo, and Brian, Will You Marry Me Again? Unfortunately, Brian has not logged on, so we don't have an answer for that. Maybe someday. Maybe not. Let's get into the game and see if we can... Nope, sorry, one more team. Ding Slosby is here, but let's get into the game. Starting with round one. Round one is Mascot Madness. You may not know this, but it's currently March. And everyone's crazy. Especially the people in suits. Question one. St. Peter's is making a Cinderella run in March Madness under what flamboyant mascot? 20 seconds. Question number two. Noted 1977 champions Marquette Golden Eagles fell to the Tar Heels from North Carolina this year with a mascot named for what pharaoh? 20 seconds. Question number three. Sebastian the Ibis is a wading bird from the Thresciornithidae family. Going with it. And the mascot for what school that made it to the Sweet 16? For 3 points, you have 20 seconds. Question number four. Big East regular season champion Providence College will face the Jayhawks next, and cheering them on from the sidelines will be a giant, creepy rendition of a what? Question number five. The Gonzaga Bulldogs will go up against a team of what mascot from Fayetteville? You know that Nelly Furtado song that goes like, oh, you don't need nothing at all to me? That song's called Say It Right. I imagine whatever the answer to this question is has a version of a pep cheer called Say It Right. Anyway, that's it for round one. Double or nothing. If you never want to hear me say a pun again, I expect you all to double or nothing that round. Oh, somebody's coming back. What do I have to vamp about? So the reason that we have teams such as Brian, Will You Marry Me Again, and What a Weekend is this past weekend I attended my brother's second wedding to the same woman.
In 12
They
months.
Yeah, 12 months and 5 days. They got married in 2021 in a small ceremony because, you know, to quote my girlfriend's dad, the COVID. And then they had the big ceremony this year, and that's why their name is that. The wedding was fun. It was great to see everybody. I did get a 10-second laugh on a joke that I made, though, and that laugh has gone straight to my head. I'm nothing but ego right now. I've been told that I'm saying the team name wrong. It's not Brian, will you marry me again? It's Brian, will you marry me again, again? There's another again there that I didn't notice. Thank you for correcting me on that. So, the question still floats out in the ether. Brian, will you marry her again, again? We're waiting. Can I move on?
Yeah,
Has that
go
been
ahead.
enough vamping?
Sure.
Like Morbius, I'm a vamp. Question 1 in round 2 of country shapes. If you play Wordle, this should be easy. We're going to give you the outline of a country, and fill it in, too. And you tell us what it is. Simple as that. Country number 1, if I had to describe this in one word, it would be the name of the country, so I'm not going to do it. 20 seconds. Before we move on to question number 2, Tom described this country as having a country-sized hole in it, which reminds me of the tweet of a small boulder the size of a large boulder is blocking the highway in Colorado.
Classic.
Question 2. This kind of looks like at the bottom, somebody's like lips are just going like, But what country is it? Question number 3. What country is this? Stealing Tom's joke, he loves the one part of this country that is giving a high five to the other part of the country on the right side.
That, even though that part of the country is going through a lot of issues right now.
Well, there's also the part in the middle that's also going through a lot of issues that's not part of the country, which is why it's like that.
Okay.
Anyway. Oh, boy. This one. If I had to describe this one in one word, again, it would be the name of the country. But in other words, it kind of looks like an owl flying and just drop it alone.
It's turning into a Rorschach test.
Yes. And last country. This is it. This is the last country. We're done. No more. That is it for our country shapes round, double or nothing. If you were confused by today's Wordle, I won't spoil it if you haven't done it, if you're still planning on doing it, but
You should do it.
it's not a country.
Wow, way to just ruin it.
I didn't say what it was.
Wordle doesn't claim to be a game about countries. It just gives you a shape and says, what is this?
And every time I answer shape, it says not country not on list.
shows Wyoming. This is a square.
I've never
False.
seen this before.
No,
in my
this
life.
is not false. This is Wyoming.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll stop talking about Worldle. So stay tuned. We're back. I said we'd stop talking about Worldle, but I didn't say that I'd stop talking about the mail. Recently, the Postmaster General put in an order to replace all of the post office's fleet of trucks with new trucks, and they're all non-electric vehicles, which I think is dumb, because post office trucks, 95% of them, don't go more than like 40 miles a trip.
Didn't I also see
vehicles are great for that.
they're actually less fuel efficient than the current vehicles?
Then the 90s weird ass, the front wheels are smaller
say
than the back
90s.
wheels.
These are long life vehicles. They have been in service for much longer
Since the
than
90s.
that. Oh,
No, I looked it up. Well, I'll show you. Well, I won't show you, I'll tell you.
long life vehicles. They're LLVs. A Grumman LLV. 1987.
Correct.
They haven't been
Okay.
made since 1990.
1987. 90s.
They haven't made any new ones since 1994.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's why I always get weirded out whenever I see like a minivan as the post office truck.
Well,
or a Jeep with just a flashing light on top. That's the worst.
Those are the best. So you have the Grumman LLV, that is most of them, and then you see Buick Terrazas, which haven't been made since 2005.
So they're new in
new.
post office world. That's unrelated. Let's go over the answers. Round number 1, March Madness. Mascot Madness, whatever. St. Peter's is making a Cinderella run in March Madness under the flamboyant mascot of the Peacocks. To quote Kesha, I want to see your peacock, cock. Your peacock. That's an actual song. Question 2. Noted 1977 champions Marquette Golden Eagles, or as Tom would say, we, fell to the Tar Heels from North Carolina with a mascot named for what pharaoh? That is the pharaoh Ramses. Question 3. Sebastian the Ibis is a wading bird in the Thresciornithidae family. I think I pronounced it differently. And the mascot for what school that made it to the Sweet 16 is the mascot for Miami, the party in the city where the heat is on. Big East regular season champion Providence College will face the Jayhawks next, and cheering them on from the sidelines will be a giant creepy rendition of a what? A rendition of a Dominican friar. Bonus trivia question for you, Tom. What's the difference between a college and a university?
Oh god. There's a couple letters. Several
Colleges.
letters. It's a
You can have a college within a university, but if it's
Yeah.
just a college, there are no graduate programs.
Oh, so university has graduate programs.
Yes.
Ah, because I mean, in universities, each individual school is typically called a college. And that's why I always thought it was just semantics. But that's interesting.
There you go. The more you know. Question 5. The Gonzaga Bulldogs and their star, man stuck out in field and confused for scarecrow Chet Holmgren, will go up against a team of what mascot from Fayetteville? They're going against the Arkansas Razorbacks from, you guessed it, Louisiana. Round number 2, country shapes. I'm not going to say it. This, I am in Spain without the A.
You're in spin.
Thank you. What's this country with the lips going? Why, that's Sweden. Duh. This country? That's India. This is Thailand. Duh. And last but not least, as Tom said during the break, probably the first country, it's Egypt! And that's it. That's it for those first 2 rounds. Let's move on to round number 3. Round number 3 is Saints. Question number 1. Though the Irish are not overly proud of the British, what Briton is the patron saint of Ireland? 20 seconds. Question number 2. Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue on 3 ships. The Nina, the Pinta, and what third ship? Question number 3. Elizabeth Ann Seton was the first person canonized, made a saint, from what country? Question number 4. What French saint lends his name to both a Chicago-based university and a chain of thrift stores? And question number 5. Ignatius of Loyola and Francis Xavier are widely known as two of the founders of what Catholic order? And no, a Catholic order does not just mean fish. 20 seconds. That is it for our Saints round. Double or nothing if you thought this was going to be all about Drew Brees and those pesky fellas down in Louisiana and New Orleans. It wasn't. If you can't tell, it had nothing to do with that. And if you can't tell, what were you doing for the past round? Moving on to round 4, we had Saints. So next up, it's time for Sinners. Question number 1. What Western U.S. city is known as Sin City? If any of you get this wrong, I'm disappointed. Question number 2. In Marvel Comics, the character of Sin is the daughter of Red Skull, an enemy of what hero? Question number 3. Trent Reznor is the frontman of what industrial rock band, which released the album Pretty Hate Machine with the song Sin in 1990? Question number 4. What American country issues SINs, or social insurance numbers, similar to the U.S. Social Security numbers? And question number 5. On January 14th, 2001, what WWE rival company held the Sin pay-per-view, where Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner retained his title in the main event? Oh, hey, that's it! For round number 4 for the Sinners round, double or nothing. If you are waiting to go to church until they bring back indulgences.
What?
Indulgences. Where you would pay the
Is there
church to
I
get
know.
into heaven.
Is there a rumor those are coming back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next release.
The next keynote.
Next keynote. Oh, and one more thing. He just pulls out a golden ticket from his pocket.
Wait,
I
hold
guess
on.
from his robe.
If that's the one more thing, what is the rest of the keynote about? What are they up to?
They're adding in random filler words to the prayers and everything. Like they when they did a reformation, I guess that's not the right word because there is the Reformation, but they had Vatican II, and then in like 2007 they did another thing where they changed the
Vatican
wording
II
of a
and a
lot
half.
of things.
Yeah.
Where they changed it from one in being with the Father to consubstantial with the Father, which is the same amount of syllables and means the same thing.
They did it. They did it for Scrabble. They did it to
They also
expand
reworded.
Catholic's vocabulary.
They reworded from suffered, died, and was buried to suffered death and was buried.
Wasn't there also
Which
something
makes me
about
wonder.
under a roof? There was a word, there was a language change about a roof. It's part of the chant mass where you not the audience, but
The audience. The call and response section
the call
of
and
Mass.
response section of mass after the aerobic section. No, in the middle of the aerobic
I mean,
section.
you say, "Hey,
You say something
and
under
then
this
they
roof.
turn the whole podium towards you to say it.
You pass the
Lord, that I
microphone.
should. Lord, I've received a text from my cousin. It is, Lord, I am not worthy that you should enter
Yeah.
under my roof.
There you go.
As
It's during the
previously was,
most.
Lord, I am not ready to receive you.
Yeah, it's like the most important part of the sacrament. Is the
It
part
really
where they
it adds a
added
visual
something about
element because
being
you're
under a
picturing
roof.
it.
Being under
You
a
picture
roof?
it. It's visual.
What if we're outside?
It's not under the roof. It's not like he's walking through the front door. It's under your personal roof, wherever that may be.
I rent my roof. I don't own a roof.
It's not. You're being dense. We're gonna take a break, and Tom's not gonna change, so don't go anywhere. What's up, fam? We're back. Before I go over the answers for rounds 3 and 4, would you like to give us money? You can do so.
The answer
at
is
Patreon.
yes.
Patreon.com/FastFactsLive. Different tiers, different levels of swag you get. Not literal swag, virtual swag. But you do get the option to purchase literal swag. But that's a different thing. This is patreon.com/FastFactsLive. If you want literal swag, that's shop.wearecreativeland.com, where you can get Fast Facts swag, like hats and sweatshirts and stuff. You can also support us by following us on social media at FastFactsLive. You can support me by reading the articles that I've been writing, because I get paid per view, and I only get $1 for 1,000 views. So an article that I wrote that is literally the top result on Google when you search the term will likely get me $2. So that's fun. So click on it a lot if you do that.
So we know how much Dan's writing is worth. So if you want to give us some money, maybe he'll write some stuff for the show.
My writing is worth more than that, because I also get paid from a content mill, $15 per 500 words. Just churn out SEO stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Again.
That is low.
If I'm figuring the cost per hour, I get paid like $30 an hour to do it, but it is mindless. So anyway, Fast Facts Live. You can give us a one-time tip in ChartyBot. Anyway, that's really it. Let's go over the answers. For round 3, our Saints round. Though the Irish are not overly proud of the British, what Britain is the patron saint of Ireland. Oh, don't you know, it's Saint Patrick. Saint Patrick is here to drive the snakes out of Ireland. Did he do that?
Daniel Joseph O'Keefe, that is the worst Irish accent I have heard.
Oh no, there are plenty worse. Question 2. Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue on 3 ships. The Nina, the Pinta, and what third ship? That is the Santa Maria. The best ship, as we all know, is Friendship. Followed closely by the RMS Queen Mary II. Question 3. Elizabeth Ann Seton was the first person canonized from what country? Score another one up for the good old US of A. I don't know when that was. Question 4. What French saint lends his name to both a Chicago-based university and a chain of thrift stores? That is Saint Vincent de Paul. Saint Vinny de Penny, as his friends called him. Question 5. Ignatius of Loyola and Francis Xavier are widely known as the founders of what Catholic order? It's the Jesuits, the Society of Jesus. Which, from the outside, I think many people would think all of Christianity is the Society of Jesus. But
Yeah,
that's
but
just
this one's
the
a
name they
secret.
went with. The Secret Society of Secret Jesus. Moving on to round 4.
Secret Jesus.
Sinners. Question 1. What Western U.S. city is known as Sin City? I don't have to berate any of you. You all get it right. It's Las Vegas. It'd be cool if it was Toledo, though. That's Ohio. That joke didn't work. In Marvel Comics, the character of Sin is the daughter of Red Skull, an enemy of what hero? Captain America. That's right, Captain America. That's very on the nose. Captain America fights Sin. But that was Superman's job. Question 3. Trent Reznor is the front man of what industrial rock band, which released the album Pretty Hate Machine with the song Sin on it in 1990? That's 9 Inch Nails. I have to say front man because he's not the only member in the band anymore. For like almost 30 years he was, but then recently Atticus Ross, who has been touring with him and who he scores films with, joined as an official member of the band. Question 4. What American country issues SINs, or social insurance numbers, similar to the U.S. Social Security numbers? That's Canada. And they treat it as a national identifier, I assume. I believe. If I'm wrong, go ask a Canadian. Question 5. On January 14th, 2001, what WWE rival company held the Sin pay-per-view, with Scott Steiner retaining his title in the main event? Big Papa Pump won over Sting. That main event was WCW World Championship Wrestling. Ted Turner's company. Let's move on to the final round. The toss-up, the grab bag, potpourri. It could be anything, but it's this. Question 1. A China Eastern flight crashed in, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it, in that autonomous region. What model of plane was it? Question number 2. The K stands for Keith, the O for Orpheum. What does the R in RKO Pictures stand for? Question number 3. At the Bahrain Grand Prix on Sunday, what team won their first Formula One race since 2019? No idea. Question number 4. What Swedish car brand name means I roll in Latin? And question number 5. Bibendum is the official name of what car-related company mascot? That is it for our toss-up round. Double or nothing if you got them right. There's only 1.5 questions to go, so put in your wagers for the Hail Mary now. What song was that?
Don't quit your day job, Dan.
What was the tune that I was singing that to?
No idea.
I don't know either.
Trademark it.
So as
No.
I said, trademark
Patent
would be
it.
copyright.
Sure.
Patent it? Patent the tune. We will be back next week with a new episode of Fast Facts Live.
Yes.
Next week is the 30th.
Yes.
So get ready for that.
We will
New
not
episode next week?
the week after. We will not the week after. So
Yes. So April 6th, we will not have a new episode.
correct.
Mark your calendars.
There should be
But
one
don't
on
worry,
the 13th.
next week come in.
There should be one on the 13th,
That's
and there should be one on the
Too
20th.
far. Too far.
Well, I know.
Unable to think that far.
I know for sure the 20th is going to be the end of the season.
Yes. So, if you're low on the leaderboard but want the plaque, start playing better.
The plaque exists. The plaque was delivered.
It does.
All right, we've got all the
Evan, you're going to have to send the plaque to the next winner, even though it has your name on it. All the wages are in. Here's the question. I didn't give you a category. Today in 1999, Bertrand Piccard and Brian Jones became the first to circumnavigate the Earth in what vehicle? 20 seconds. And in case of a tie, the yachting definition of circumnavigation, in quotes, means the vessel must travel at least how many nautical miles, starting and stopping in the same place and crossing the equator and all meridians. That's it. That's everything. One last break. We'll see who won. Stay tuned. If you were expecting a longer break, that's too bad! We scored it off very quickly. Let's see who won. So, starting from the bottom
Dan.
with 0 points.
Dan.
They tried.
Dan,
What?
you gotta give the answers to the questions that we.
Shut up! The toss-up round. You'll have to guess who had 0 points. A China Eastern flight crashed in this autonomous region. What model of plane was it? It was the Boeing 737. The K stands for Keith. The O for Orpheum. But what does the R in RKO Pictures stand for? RKO Radio. Radio Keith Orpheum. That's my new nickname. At the Bahrain Grand Prix on Sunday, what team won their first Formula One race since 2019? Bunch of words. Scuderia Ferrari is the answer. Scuderia, if you don't know, means scoot scoot in Italian. Question 4. What Swedish car brand name means I roll in Latin? Volvo. For those of you who don't know, Volvo means scoot scoot in Swedish. And question 5. Bibendum is the official name of what car-related company mascot? The Michelin Man. It's Michelin. For those of you who don't know, Bibendum means scoot scoot in tire. The Hail Mary question. Today in 1999, Bertrand Piccard and Brian Jones became the first to circumnavigate the Earth in what vehicle? They circumnavigated in a hot air balloon. Meanwhile, this summer, I will attempt to be the first man to traverse the Earth in a sexy air balloon. We did not have a tie, but the tiebreaker question was this. A whole bunch of yacht words. And the answer is 21,600 nautical miles. Or just over 3 football fields. Now, let's see who won. In 10th place with 0 points. They tried. They answered questions correct, but they blew it all on the Hail Mary. It's Overage Jack's Emporium. In 9th with 1 point, Zucchini and Brownies. In 8th with 3 points, In Like a Lamb and Out Like a Dramagoon. In 7th with 5 points, we have Solo Now Ocho. In 6th with 7 points, Kirby Fully Loaded. In 5th with 12, it's Jomo's Mojo. With 22 points in 4th place, Saturn's Moon Scaffy. Ack! In 3rd place with 31 points, Brian, Will You Marry Me Again? Brian never signed on to play, so the answer is likely no. In 2nd place with 37 points, What a Weekend! But in 1st place with 42 points, it is Ding Slosby. Congratulations, Ding, for winning this week's edition of Fast Facts Live. You can choose between an official shirt of Champiosity, a Creative Land Shop gift card, or an Amazon gift card. But you want the shirt, you should pick the shirt. As I said, we will be back next week with another edition of Fast Facts Live. Thank you all for playing. Big thank you to our patrons. And the biggest thank you of all to Tom Hillmeyer for producing the show.
Thank you for hosting, Dan.
Yes, of course. Next week, same fact time, same fact channel. In the meantime, everybody stay safe, have fun, and get vaccinated. Bye-bye.